There are places in this world where the veil between our reality and the next is thin. Places saturated with energy, with emotion, with tragedy. These aren't just old buildings made of wood and stone. They are living, breathing entities holding onto the spirits of those who walked their halls long ago. We are drawn to these locations not just by curiosity, but by a primal need to understand what comes after. We seek answers in the darkness, listening for a voice from the other side. Some people call them haunted houses. I call them paranormal hotbeds, locations where history refuses to die. In San Jose, California, stands a mansion unlike any other. This is the Winchester Mystery House, a sprawling, chaotic structure built by a woman haunted by guilt and fear. Sarah Winchester, the heir to the Winchester rifle fortune, believed she was cursed. A psychic told her that the spirits of all the people killed by Winchester rifles were coming for her. The only way to appease them, the psychic claimed, was to continuously build a house for them. If she ever stopped construction, she would die. For 38 years, starting in 1886 until her death in 1922, the hammers never stopped. The result is a paranormal architect's dream, or perhaps a nightmare. The mansion has 160 rooms filled with bizarre and nonsensical features. Staircases lead directly into the ceiling. Doors open onto solid walls. Windows look into other rooms. It's a labyrinth designed to confuse the spirits that Sarah believed were haunting her. She slept in a different bedroom every night to evade them, navigating the maze-like corridors of her own creation. The number 13 is everywhere. 13 bathrooms, 13 ceiling panels, 13 hooks in the seance room. Deep in the heart of Louisiana Myrtle's Plantation, an antebellum home often called one of America's most haunted places. Its serene beauty, grand veranda, moss-draped oak trees, hides a history stained with blood and betrayal. The stories here are dark, rooted in the suffering of those who lived and died on this land. Built in 1796, the plantation has been the site of numerous tragedies, including several alleged murders. The air here is heavy, thick with the weight of its past. And the spirits are not quiet. They are active, restless, and sometimes they seem angry. The most famous ghost is that of Chloe, an enslaved woman owned by Clark and Sarah Woodruff. The legend says Chloe was caught eavesdropping on the family's private conversations. As punishment, Clark Woodruff had one of her ears cut off. To win back his favor, Chloe baked a birthday cake containing poisonous oleander leaves, intending only to make the family sick, so she could nurse them back to health. But her plan went horribly wrong. Sarah Woodruff, in the historic French Quarter of New Orleans, stands a mansion with a reputation so dark, so evil, that many locals refuse to even walk past it. This is the LaLaurie Mansion, the former home of Madame Delphine LaLaurie, a wealthy socialite with a monstrous secret. In the 1830s, Madame LaLaurie was known for her lavish parties and high social standing. But behind the closed doors of her opulent home, she was committing acts of unspeakable cruelty. She kept dozens of enslaved people, and her treatment of them was nothing short of sadistic torture. The truth was revealed in 1834 when a fire broke out in the mansion's kitchen. When firefighters arrived, they found a 70-year-old enslaved woman chained to the stove. She confessed she had started the fire as a suicide attempt, preferring to die rather than be taken to Madame LaLaurie's secret torture chamber on the top floor. When townspeople broke down the door to the attic room, they discovered a scene from a nightmare. They found several enslaved people, mutilated, starved, and chained to the walls in horrific positions. The discovery caused a public outrage. and a mob stormed the mansion. Located in Old Town San Diego, the Whaley House may look like a charming piece of history, but it is widely regarded as one of the most haunted homes in America. Its paranormal activity is so well documented that even the United States Commerce Department officially classified it as haunted in the 1960s. The house was built in 1857 by Thomas Whaley on land that was once the town's public gallows. Before construction even began, a man known as Yankee Jim Robinson was hanged on the property for grand larceny. Thomas Whaley himself witnessed the hanging, yet still chose to build his family home on the very spot. It was a decision that would haunt his family for generations. From the moment they moved in, the Whaleys reported hearing the heavy, disembodied footsteps of Yankee Jim walking through the house. Mrs. Whaley described the sound as being like a man walking in heavy boots. The family also endured immense personal tragedy within the home. Their infant son, Thomas Jr., died of scarlet fever in an upstairs bedroom. Later, their daughter Violet, heartbroken after a failed marriage, took her own life in the house. These layers of sorrow and death have created a powerful paranormal vortex. The spirits of the Whaley family are the most prominent entities here. Thomas Whaley, a stern-looking man with a mustache, is often seen standing at the top of the stairs in the parlor. His wife, Anna, has been seen tending to the garden, a gentle spirit still caring for her home. The ghost of their daughter Violet is also felt, a presence of profound sadness, particularly in the room where she died. Visitors have reported smelling her perfume or feeling a sudden, inexplicable wave of melancholy wash over them. In the small, quiet town of Villisca, Iowa, sits a simple white house under a gray sky. This is the Villisca Axe Murder House, one of America's most brutal and baffling unsolved crimes. On the night of June 9th, 1912, something truly evil entered this home. 8 people, Josiah and Sarah Moore, their 4 young children, Lena Stillinger, Ina Stillinger, they were bludgeoned to death in their beds with an axe. The killer was never identified, leaving a wound on the town that has never healed, and a dark energy in the house that has never left. The crime scene itself was bizarre and chilling. The killer had covered all the mirrors and glass in the house with cloths. A plate of uneaten food and a bowl of bloody water were found in the kitchen. Narrator, we have walked through the shadowed corridors of history. Narrator, Winchester Mansion. Narrator, LaLaurie Estate. Narrator, Chloe at the Myrtles. Narrator, the Whaley family. Narrator, each of these mansions holds a unique energy, a story etched into its very soul by tragedy, pain, and injustice. Narrator, these are not just ghost stories. Narrator, documented accounts of paranormal phenomena. Narrator, experienced by thousands who've crossed the threshold. Narrator, the evidence is compelling. Narrator, the experiences are real. Narrator, these spirits aren't random apparitions. Narrator, they are echoes of real people. Narrator, trapped by the emotions of their final moments. Narrator, Sarah Winchester's fear. Narrator, Madame LaLaurie's cruelty. Narrator, the Moore family's terror. Narrator, these energies have transcended time. Narrator, they linger in the rooms where they lived and died. Narrator, replaying their stories for anyone who listens. They reach out from the other side, sometimes with a gentle touch, sometimes with a violent shove, demanding we acknowledge them and remember their fate. The question is, what would you do if faced with one of these entities? Alone in the dark at the Villisca house, and you hear a child's voice whisper your name. If you saw Yankee Jim at the top of the Whaley house stairs, would you run or would you stay? It's it's easy to be a skeptic at home with the lights on and doors locked. But in a paranormal hotspot, when the temperature drops and you feel a presence behind you, belief is no longer a choice. So as you turn off your light tonight and lie in the silence, listen carefully. Listen for the creak on the stairs. Listen for the faint whisper in the corner. Listen for the feeling of being watched. These mansions are a stark reminder that we are not alone in this world. The barrier between our world and theirs is far more fragile than we think. Think about the stories you've just read. One final chilling question. Could you survive a night in any of these houses? Or would you become just another story whispered in the dark? Prepare yourself. We are about to step into the shadows to peel back the layers of time and confront the spirits that linger there. The stories you are about to read are not for the faint of heart. They are a look into the abyss, a glimpse of what happens when a soul is too tormented to move on. Turn on the lights, lock your doors, and listen closely. Can you hear them? The spirits are waiting. They have stories to tell, and they demand to be heard. Are you ready to listen to their warnings? We're going to take a journey into some of the most infamous haunted mansions in the world. We will explore the dark histories that gave birth to these hauntings. We will meet the entities that are trapped within their walls, forever replaying the final tragic moments of their lives. These stories are a testament to the fact that when you die, it's not always the end. For some, it's just the beginning of an eternal nightmare, a loop of suffering they can never escape. Prepare yourself.